Hi. The insights that AI can give on a given set of data is phenomenal. The only challenge is some of the personal or sensitive information that we might share to AI. It could be ChatGPT, Copilot. Depending on the framework that that particular AI uses, it might result in compromise of the data or the data being used for training purposes or for any other purposes which we don't know. And one of the challenges that we see is that without uploading the data to an online portal or an online app, it would be very difficult to get the insights that we are looking at. And so this web app has been developed keeping in mind that some of us might require masking of the data before we upload it to any AI app so that we can get the insights. Now this is an offline tool. I will give the link of the GitHub in the description, and you just need to download zip and follow the instructions that you see in steps to follow for offline execution, and you will land up in this page called localhost. There is also a Streamlit version that is available. The link will be again shared in the video description, which you can make use of. If you feel that the data that you are using is not so sensitive, but you want to be sure, or you are comfortable with the privacy requirements of Streamlit, you can directly upload it. But whether this app is used locally, which is the local host, this is an offline version and this is an online version, both does exactly the same thing. Let's see an example. Let's say that I have this file which basically has some names. So this is basically some share market data which has the company name, the NSE codes, the industry, and some random values. Now this app will ask whether you want to mask this particular column. So if you say yes here and let's say I want to mask industry and then click run, what it does is that it basically converts this name or the column that we have chosen to be changed or to be masked to some random numbers, to some random alphabets, sorry, not numbers, but alphabets, random alphabets. The maximum length will be considered, and it will be replaced with random alphabets. Now, there is an option to download the zip file, which basically you can download it. And if we see what this file has, this zip folder will have two files. One is called as the masked data, which is basically the same file but with the masked data. Like you will see that it is no longer having company names but some masked random alphabets. And the second file that you will see is the mapped file. Because once, let's say that you upload the masked data into an AI tool and you get the feedback. So you would need the masked data mapped to the original for you to map back to the original and then try to get the insights out of it. Say for example, you are uploading the purchase data and you are masking the say vendor name and then uploading the data and then seeing the exceptions or insight, and you are getting exception for say this particular value. So you would need this mapping so that you can go back to this file and then say, okay, so this value is to this particular vendor, and we would need to ensure that this particular vendor, we do some additional review or use that insight. So this file is also given. For every column that you select to mask, an additional sheet will be added. So in this case, we have selected two columns, name and industry, and that's the reason why you will see the name and industry. So it basically does a unique of that particular column and it assigns a masked value to that particular column. And in the masked data, you will see that this name, which is sensitive, has been replaced with this particular value here. Hope you have found this useful. Thank you.